Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, here's the bitter truth, guys. Right now, you don't know who you are. You have not seen who you truly are. So far, what you know about yourself is simply ideas and experiences. And all ideas and experiences are not true. Why? Because truth of who you are is not an idea or experience. All ideas and experiences, they appear and disappear on you, on the consciousness. So the truth of who you are is the consciousness. Even by hearing this, you are consciousness. You are the truth. The unchanging truth is within you, has become the idea in you. Isn't it? Now, or it's already an idea by hearing this concept before. Ideas and experience is not who you are, because the ideas and experience, they don't dissolve the fear in you. They don't dissolve the inner conflict in you. There are additional mental layers on you. And to see the truth of who you are is about a decluttering the mind and moving towards no mind. That's the journey to true self, or that's the journey towards the truth, absolute truth. So, reflect. Is that true that everything I know about myself is simply ideas and experience? Besides that, I do not know about myself. If you reflect, then you catch yourself that it is true. Everything I know about myself is ideas and experiences. When you catch yourself, when you accept it, then you will make yourself open to the real journey if you are interested. So, a reflection is important to see the flaws, and the reorientation can take place. And the person has to work on oneself in questioning everything that one has believed to be somebody, something. Self-inquiry is the path to get to the truth. This enlightenment journey, or waking up to the truth of oneself, is about tracing the mind backward, tracing one's belief and experience backward. So when you see that who you have become, who you have become, ideas and experiences, now you have to use your awareness to trace your belief backward, to figure out the root cause of holding on to belief and experience. When you realize that, when you recognize that, so far I am just belief in experiences. After recognizing this, your life is still happening from your ingrained belief and experiences. It's happening in the body. There's a reference in the mind. You're still moving from this false reality. It's a trigger point. So, to undo this trigger point, undo the conditioning, we need to now investigate. We need to self-examine why I give in to this conditioning, why I give in to this belief. Even I know now I'm not this belief, I'm not this experience. The self-examination, the tracing the mind or dismantling the mind backward, makes the ego self to see that. And this whole journey is about ego self recognizing what's happening and eventually seeing the truth, and then finally seeing the truth, the ego will give up the clinginess to certain belief or experience. If you are trying certain practices to dissolve the ego, you have understood that the spirituality is about giving up the ego, and you have been part of meditation practice and all other practices, and if you see nothing is helping you to really deconstruct the ego, if you see that everything you are doing to dissolve the ego is actually making the ego go more stubborn, if you recognize that every practice is just adding more mental layers in you, if it's not working, if you recognize that, give a self-inquiry a chance. Self-inquiry is the only path to really see the nitty-gritty of the mind, eventually seeing the root cause of the suffering. And after seeing the root cause of the suffering, the root has to be dismantled all the way until nothing is left. So that's the process. And by the way, the root cause of the suffering itself is holding on to certain belief and experience. So holding on to certain experience and belief gives you certain persona in your life. And yes, in the relative world, you need to have certain persona to communicate with the world. And you refine your life with awareness, maintaining certain persona. But when it comes to spiritual freedom, all persona must be dismantled. Persona itself is the ego identification. All ego must be dismantled to see the truth. So when it comes to spirituality, all ego layers must be dismantled, traced back to its root, and self-inquiry is the path that allows you to get to the root. So, and once you see the root, This is the tendency. The world loves to shift gear by reinforcing the positive mindset. Now, that positive mindset, after seeing the root, is to go back in the world again without working on the root in a uprooting approach. The root is still there. The previous conditioning, the belief, the experience is still there. And when those things are not seen and dismantled all the way, reinforcing the positive mindset is the denial of the pre-existing issue. Yes, in the beginning, positive reinforcement definitely gives you that sense of that clarity, that freedom, but it's a hopeless hope. Eventually you'll see there's a flaws in that positive reinforcement. So if you see you have been failing with the positive mindset, then you must recognize that you have been ignoring the pre-existing conditioning, the ingrained belief in you. So you have to work on dismantling the root. Dismantling the root is the way to work on your fear. Work on the fear of letting go. And when you work on your fear by working on the roots, you are simply tracing your fear backward. Tracing the fear backward is the way to see the layers of fears, fear of this and that. Eventually all fear leads to fear of being nobody, or fear of the ultimate death, dying in the body, where this body don't function anymore. Because of the fear of death, fear of being nobody, we are clinging to certain experience, we're clinging to certain belief, because belief in a certain experiences gives us that false stability. So, to be truly free, the journey is about tracing your belief backward, seeing the root cause of the holding on to certain belief, and dismantling that belief. And that's where the fear will resurface, and working on the fear to go to no fear. That's the journey one must take to see the truth of oneself, to reclaim the true seat, which is the consciousness itself. And the nature of the consciousness is conscious and empty. To see your true self, you have to empty yourself. And right now who you are is ideas and experiences. And holding on to the idea and experiences is to avoid the truth of who you are. And the more you avoid the truth of who you are continuously, you're prolonging your struggle, you're prolonging your fear, you're prolonging the mental and emotional drama. So, give self-inquiry a chance. If you give a self-inquiry chance, you will succeed in seeing the truth of who you are. Because this self-inquiry journey is about being thorough of yourself, thorough of your mind to see the nature of the mind, how the mind come into existence and how you cling onto the mind. Seeing the nature of the mind will help you to let go the stubborn mind. You start to loosen your ego. It prepares you. And if you stay in the self-inquiry, if you don't give up, you continue to be in this relentless inquiry, your effort will not fail you to see the truth of who you are. Okay? Again, it's about being thorough. Thoroughness will help you to see what are false in you and what is true in you. And the answer you're seeking in the spiritual journey is you. You are the answer, and that answer is consciousness itself. Again, the nature of the consciousness is conscious and empty. You are that. Okay, I hope this video makes sense. Again, reflect on this. Everything you know so far is an idea or experience, and both of them are not true when it comes to the truth of who you are. They all appear and disappear on the consciousness. You are the background that allows all the experiences and beliefs to rise and fall in you. So a spiritual journey is about reclaiming your true seat, which is the unchanging background, the consciousness itself. Okay? Yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope the video is making sense. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.